Oh, okay, all right, we are live. That was fast. Yeah, okay, we're live. All right, let's cut to it. Um, yeah, as I was saying, since last offseason, I thought the Stars were going to win the Stanley Cup. Obviously, that didn't happen, but the point of the videos that I made, this one and this one, the point of the videos is that the Stars are synced up with the Kennedy curse, and indeed they are, as they were. The season started with the death of RFK Sr.'s widow, and then it ended on JFK's birthday. They fell to 3-5 versus the Oilers for the season. President number 35. Yeah, and JFK dead in 63. What was the final score of that game? 6-3. As the Oilers got, hold on. What's the Oilers playoff record? Oh, they got their 201st playoff win. And you gotta know your semi-primes. 201, the 63rd semi-prime. That's how they do it. As I said, it wasn't the Stars' year, but the point of the research is to show that the Stars are connected to the Kennedys. It doesn't mean they're going to win all the time with those connections, but it means that their seasons are definitely synced up with them. Anyways, we're going to watch this video I made at the beginning of the year because there's something very interesting about the death of this guy in regards to the Stanley Cup final. Let's go ahead and watch.
5th, 2025. Former NHL player, coach, and front office man Al McNeil passed away at the age of 89. Like most deaths in the world of professional sports, this was no accident. To start off, he died at the age of 89, the 24th prime. Canada, the country of his birth and death, equals 24. To show y'all how big 24 is in Canada, the last all-Canadian Stanley Cup final was in 1989 between the Flames and Habs, the two teams that he coached. He was also the Flames' assistant GM on that 89 championship team. The Raptors won their only NBA Finals in their 24th season. Recall, last year, Bob Cole, the voice of Hockey Night in Canada, passed away on the 24th of the month, on the same day that the Maple Leafs lost 2-4. His full name, Robert Cecil Cole, equals 89. The last game he announced was between the Leafs and Habs, which the Leafs lost 5-6. Canadians equals 56, just like Society of Jesus. Speaking of which, McNeil was born on the anniversary of the Pope's recognition of the Jesuits, and Al McNeil equals 56. He died in Calgary AB, which equals 56, as does Flames, the last team he coached for. He won the Stanley Cup as head coach of the Canadiens 54 years ago, and Jesuit Order equals 54. The Canadiens just so happened to win 5-4 the night after his passing. His real name, Alistair McNeil, equals 153, like Jesuit Order. He died a span of 266 days before his next birthday, and the Jesuit motto, Ius Hominum Salvator, equals 266. It's hard to say right now if his death has any connection to the upcoming Stanley Cup final in June. Although, if you've watched any of my...
Okay. It was a span of 101 days, but that means it was 100 days without the span. All right? Edmonton, 100. You see that right there? Edmonton, 100. Let's look at Stars record in 2024 to 25, including playoffs. So 59 plus 35 is what? That is, I can't do math right now. It's 94 plus 6 is 100. So they've got eliminated in their 100th game of the season. As I just said, Edmonton equals 100. They fell to 3-5 against Edmonton for the season. There's probably another thing in here that I'm not seeing right now, or that I can't think of. But yeah, those were the two main things there. They got eliminated in their 100th 100th game of the season. This guy here, Al McNeil, died 100 days after his birthday. He coached the Canadiens to a Stanley Cup championship, and that was back in '71. Here, let's just pull this up again. Al McNeil. Yeah, so we see here he won 3 Stanley Cup, the first in '71. All right. Keep the 35 in mind for a second. Catholic, 71 and 35. All right. This guy's born on the day in history that the Jesuits were recognized by the Roman Empire, or I should say the Holy Roman Empire. And Edmonton, wherever Edmonton went, Edmonton's 35. When was the last time the Oilers won the Stanley Cup? Oh, it was 35 years ago. 5th Cup win in 7 years. What's interesting is where is it? The Stanley Cup final? Stanley Cup finals in September. I don't know if it's septenary or septenary, however you want to say it. It's a weird cipher. But Stanley Cup finals does equal 57 in that cipher, which is interesting. But yeah, that last Stanley Cup it's 35 years ago. This Edmonton 35 thing's been doing well for them in the playoffs. And, actually speaking of, so Wayne Gretzky started his career with the Indianapolis Racers in the WHA. And right on the NBA Finals, you have the Indiana Pacers. They're playing in the finals. I don't think they're going to win. They're probably going to lose in Game 5. They're probably going to lose in 5 is my guess. I don't know much about the NBA, but I do know some stuff about the NBA. I don't really study it, so I don't really know. But there's some reasons why I think they're going to lose in 5. And then you just had the Colts owner die, and they play at Lucas Oil Stadium. So yeah, there's kind of a connection here. Wayne Gretzky, his record was broken. His goal record was broken earlier this year. He was traded in '88. Now we have Trump in office. Trump 88. I don't know why septenary is still up there, but how do you clear that? There, okay. Anyways, Donald Trump's birthday is coming up. And he's holding a military parade on his birthday, which also happens to be Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, right now, the Oilers are 12-4 in the playoffs this year. If they go 4-1 in the Cup Finals, they'll be 16-5, right? June 14th is the 165th day of the year, and the day leaving 200 days left in the year. Edmonton Oilers 200. So I'm thinking that this Game 5 here, either they're going to win it, they're going to win it on that day, or they're going to sweep them and they'll have their victory parade on this day. And it would be kind of like an FU to Trump, because Alberta is like the province that everyone's talking about that they're going to join the U.S. And then they're like, no, we're not going to join the U.S. on Trump's birthday while he's having his military parade. I think it would be kind of symbolic. And what was the other thing? There's Donald Trump. There was something about 180. Oh, 185 is the 60th semi-prime, right? 185, 60th semi-prime. Shoot, well, there's something about 60. What was it? Oh, Edmonton, Alberta, 60. If we look at let's just look at NHL standings for a second. The Florida Panthers, you see, they won 47 games in the regular season. They've won 12 in the playoffs so far, so they have 59. If they win one more, they'll finish the season with 60. So that makes sense here. Maybe the Panthers and Oilers split one of these first two games, and then Oilers win 3, 4, and 5. I mean, it would be interesting if it was a sweep because they're 3 and 4 against the Panthers in the playoffs. Edmonton Oilers 74. What else do we have here? Yeah, I guess it would if it started off like if the Oilers had a 2-1 lead in the series, they'd be 14 and 5 in the playoffs. Wait, what is I think the Panthers are I want to say the Panthers are 12 and 5 right now. They are 12 and 5. So if they lost, it'd be if they got swept, they'd be 12 and 9. We know a lot about 129. It's 201 in base 8. 129 is a semi-prime too, right? It is. It's the 43rd semi-prime. And I guess one thing that I forgot to mention in here, this guy Al McNeil, he won the Stanley Cup with the with the Canadiens. The Canadiens were the last Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup back in '93, right? The sun, 93 million miles away. 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo. 93 is the 32nd semi-prime. America, 32. Shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, that's what it was. So the Panthers, if they lose in 5, they'd fall to 13 and 9 in this year's playoffs. On Donald Trump's birthday, who's the president of America. That makes a lot of sense to me. It is also I'm pretty sure it's the Panthers' 32nd season as well. Let me confirm that. Because I think the Florida Panthers were also founded in 1993, just like that was the year they founded in 1993. Right, so it says it's their 31st, but if you include the lockout as a season, it's their 32nd. Now, something I want to check out because these things are very inconsistent. 2017, sorry. Oops. So would this have been their? Okay, so that would have. Let's go like 2007, 2008, because this will. I just want to see how consistent this is. This is their 14th. Okay, so let's go like 2000. Let's go 2003, 2004, just to see here. So yes, that is their 11th season. And we go here, no season, and then so 12th season of play. The lockout thing is very frustrating when it comes to like decoding hockey, because you never really know what season it is exactly. Like with the Capitals, it says 51st season, 50th of play. I've explained this before. I caught on to this, I think it was years ago at this point, where I noticed, I was like, I'd recently come across this work, and I was like, Zach, I remember he mentioned something about DC 43, and I was like, wait, was it the Capitals' 43rd season? And then I went on Wikipedia and I found out that they played their 43rd season twice, and they still haven't changed it all these years. But yeah, that's anyways, that's a long story of how I caught on to that discrepancy with the seasons because of the lockout, and it makes decoding a little bit frustrating sometimes, but whatever, it is what it is. Um, yeah, anyways, 1993 Stanley Cup Finals. What was it going to say? Yeah, to this date, the last Stanley Cup champion. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's the 100th year. So yeah, Edmonton 100. Um, yeah, Edmonton 100 and 93 the 32nd semi-prime. Canada looks like they might win it 32 years later. So that means this is the 132nd anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. But it's probably going to be like the 131st time. What do they say? No, okay, they're not doing that anymore, but oh, I didn't realize that was their 24th Stanley Cup. Yeah, we're just talking about Canada in 24. That makes sense. Yeah, and also there's a funny thing about Montreal. Yeah, like its official spelling in French, there's an accent mark over the E. And Montreal's also 35. But if you... where's the... No, options, remove diacritics. Yeah, so if you don't count the E with the accent mark, then Montreal's 93, as you see there. Yeah, the accent marks are another weird thing. Because I remember, like a few years ago when I first started using Derek's calculator, if you put something in with an accent mark, it didn't count it, like as you saw earlier. But then when he did the update, which a lot of people didn't really like, but actually I do, it's grown on me. Now the accents count, and you have to go in here to remove the accents. And that's another thing. Is I don't know if you should count it with the accent or not. I think both work, but I think it's definitely without the accent. I think that's definitely something to consider. But anyways, yeah, it looks like the... Actually, I do want to check. What day was that Four Nations... What are they called? Four Nations Face-Off? So that finished on the 51st day of the year. But yeah, that was... McDavid scored the game winner. 3-2 in OT. Yeah, in Boston, like how the last time the Oilers won the Stanley Cup was over Boston 35 years ago. Yeah, so I'm just thinking it's going to be some form of mockery with this game on Trump's birthday being connected to the military parade, which is on the same day. It's like they're going to be celebrating, but Canada's also going to be celebrating. That's what it's looking like. Oh wow, they actually have urinating. I'm pretty sure that's urinating trees video, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, he's gotten that popular. That is his thumbnail is the second image result that comes up. Congrats to him. But all right, I think we are going to close it out. I have to get up early for work tomorrow, so we'll catch you later.